Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. And as usual, I just want to say a quick happy holidays. It is near Christmas time, and obviously, it's time to feel jolly, happy, and, well, every emotion you can think of. I hope this year you guys get all the opportunities to do the Devil's Tango and pull any girl or any guy you guys want. I don't know which way you guys swing, so, you know, just do what you gotta do. But anyways, guys, today's story is something insane, and I cannot wait to tell you guys. Because if you guys heard it here first, yes, I became Santa at my school. Now, you guys are probably wondering how this happened, and honestly, it was one of the best moments of my life because having like over 50 girls sit on my lap was the most insane thing ever. But today's story starts off back when I was in high school. This was my grade 12 year, the final year of me being in high school, and I remember I decided to join the leadership team. So if you guys don't know, in my school we have a leadership club. Basically, it's like the leaders of the school that, you know, host events and stuff. And to be honest, the only reason I joined was because there was a lot of hot girls in there, and I won't lie, it seems like girls love having power in their hands, especially when it comes to the school. So I remember I also joined in because I wanted to feel some of that power. So obviously what I decided to do was I went up to the leadership club, and you know, I was sitting in there doing my own thing, and then afterwards the teacher, the main teacher of the leadership club, ended up coming up to us all and ended up saying, okay guys, so this year, since it's the holidays, we're going to be making a Santa meet and greet. So who here wants to be Santa Claus? Now obviously at first most of the girls in my leadership club didn't want to do it because obviously what girl would want to be Santa? So I remember I decided that I could be Santa because I was like one of the 3 guys that was willing to do it. Don't get me wrong, we also had another guy in the leadership club, but he was I think he was gay. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know. In some way, he just didn't feel comfortable with a bunch of girls sitting on his lap. And then the other one, well, he, let's just say, didn't want to be Santa. Anyway, sorry, going on with the story, I remember basically I decided to go up and say I don't mind being Santa. And I ended up telling my teachers that, and all the girls got really excited. I remember all the girls were like, oh my goodness, we're gonna make him have a white beard, and then oh my goodness, we're gonna dress him in all red, and we're gonna make you carry a sack. Great, I already carry a sack. I have to carry another one. Bad joke, but you guys know what I mean. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember basically we ended up going to the gym and we got everything set up. We got the cool chair, we got the cameras, we got the lighting, we got also the really cool Christmas decorations that were all over the place. And then I remember these girls that were in my leadership club ended up filling a sack full of candy canes. Apparently, after every student sat on my lap, they would have to get a candy cane from me. I have no idea why, but it is what it is. Anyways, afterwards, I remember when the gym was fully decorated, that same day I had to go put on a Santa costume. So I remember I ended up basically going into the change room, putting this thing on, and boy did I look dumb. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most charming guy, but to put me on a Santa costume, I don't know, man, it just did not suit well with me, which is funny because it's Santa's suit. I don't know, it's weird, but at the same time I did it anyways. And then afterwards, after I got the Santa suit on, I remember I went out and I basically showed the girls you know, how it looked, and all of them liked it, but they said it needed one more thing. I ended up getting a pillow shoved under my shirt, and basically I became a fatter Santa. Because, you know, what Santa isn't fat? Let's be real here. You can't have a slim Santa. What is this, Jack Skellington? So anyways, I remember after that, I ended up going to the gym, and it was lunchtime. Right as I was walking in from the change room going into that place, I remember seeing so many people lining up to go see Santa, aka me. I remember I went in there and I sat down, and the amount of people in that lineup was basically half of the entire school. And I have a big school, by the way. I went to a school with over 5,000 students. Kind of insane. So I remember I ended up going in there. When I did, I sat down and basically I waited. The lineup started coming into the gym, and basically from there, I remember I was basically sitting there for 2 hours, basically getting ready to meet people. But the thing that was really weird about being Santa was that there was more girls lining up to meet me than actual guys, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. That's a good thing in my mind. But at the same time, you gotta understand this. Back when I was in high school, girls would wear booty shorts. And don't get me wrong, I love, you know, a good pair of peaches. You know, it's a W. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining. But when a bunch of girls wear tight leggings and booty shorts, and they're lining up and they're gonna be sitting on my lap, well, you already know what's gonna happen, boys, okay? So basically, I remember I was sitting there, and basically a girl would walk up and she would sit on my lap with her booty shorts. And instantly, I'm not gonna lie, I got bricked. Yeah, no joke, after the third girl came and sat on my lap, I got seriously bricked because this girl had a massive, and I mean massive, cherries. So me being bricked as Santa Claus, I remember basically I would have a bunch of these girls just come down, sit on my lap, and tell me what they wanted for Christmas. It was actually really funny because a girl at one time actually came up to me and sat on my lap, and she said, so this is gonna be a weird one, but I know it's you, Bubba, and I just want to say I would love for you to use a vibrator on me. Whoa, chill out, is what I told her afterwards. afterwards, and then she ended up standing up, taking the photo, and dipping. Yeah, it was super awkward because a lot of these girls were being super weird and stuff, but at the same time, it was actually pretty funny. And the worst part was that I was bricked for like a whole 2 hours, and knowing I couldn't beat my stuff, you know, as Santa would be weird. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. So I was basically sitting there for 2 hours being bricked and basically trying to figure out what would be my next move. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember more girls started coming in and coming into the lineup and stuff, and it just kept going and going and going. But this is where things got really funny, because at like, I think like the 50th person mark, we ended up like basically taking a break. So I remember I went to the change room and I was sweating. Like, I was actually sweating a lot. And I remember I started like kind of going into the bathroom and I tried to take a waz. Now, boys, if you guys know this, you guys will know this. Girls probably won't understand this, but when you are bricked and trying to take a waz, it is like burning fire. Like, it is like you are shooting a flamethrower, and it hurt so much to the point where I couldn't do it. So I ended up just saying whatever, putting my pants back on, going back into that Santa costume, and basically sitting down, still bricked, for another like I think hour or so. Yeah, crazy to me. And it was so weird too, because our lunch was only like an hour and a half. So knowing I stayed there for like 3 hours more, like kids were skipping school just to sit on my lap. Now, don't get me wrong, usually boys don't get bricked up for that long, but I'm gonna tell you this, my main thing that I was like realizing was that I would like basically think about my grandma when no one was sitting on my lap just to calm it down. And then a girl would come and sit on me, and then boom, obviously I would come back up. And then there would be those times where a person would come and sit on my lap and it was like some dude or just someone I'm purely not attracted to. And I would basically like start to calm down. And then of course the cheerleading squad had to come in and all take a photo with me, and one at a time they all sat on my lap. Yeah, kind of insane. I remember it got super intense, and then afterwards there was this one more last person. This girl was the hottest girl on the cheer team that sat on my lap. It was the last person apparently, and I was ready to just leave at that point because, you know, I didn't want to be bricked up forever. I remember she sat on my lap. She sat directly in the middle of my lap where my eggplant was clearly chilling. And no joke when I say this, she sat down and she felt it. She felt it, and the thing that sucked was I thought the pillow would kind of help out, knowing it was like near there as well, but the pillow didn't help. The pillow literally like ended up moving to the side a bit, so it's like more on my side of my stomach, and she felt that I was bricked. She instantly stood up right after, and then she looked at me, smiled, and then sat back down saying, "This is a cozy seat, Santa." Bruh, what? I thought this girl had like a Santa kink. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it was super weird. And then afterwards, I remember we took the picture and everything, and then I stood up getting ready to leave, and I went to the change room. When I went to the change room, I remember I basically started taking everything off because, you know, I was boiling in that. I was sweating like crazy in there. Like, I was sweating more than a sinner at church. And then right as I take it off, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a girl ended up literally walking into the change room, and it was the same cheerleader that I talked to earlier. And no joke when I say this was the most weirdest thing ever as well. She ended up coming in there, going on her knees, and yeah, I think you guys know the rest. Let's just say we ended up doing the devil's tango in the change room when I was sweating balls. Yeah, it was super weird and super awkward, but at the same time, I wasn't really complaining because she was like the hotter girl on the cheer team. And yeah, let's just say she ended up helping me out and basically getting rid of my massive eggplant. I mean, all I can say was that, you know, I guess I got her present for Christmas. Anyways, guys, that's basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, follow for more embarrassing stories. And also join the Discord. Peace out, guys.